Okay, so let's go over a couple of these. As far as how do I practice, like what kind of, okay. So let me address the routine, my practice, and then I'll go back to the question regarding, and thanks for that, the question about having more of a modern sound. So my practice currently right now, the things that I'm working on is learning, continuing to learn tunes, and that's an on and off process for me. I'm trying to push more and more towards just doing my original tunes, and I have a lot of tunes that I don't really take out and play that much. So, and I'm working on new tunes. If you're following what I'm doing, I'm currently in the process. I have about 4 or 5 tunes that I'm working on simultaneously, but I still think that it's important to go through, at least for me, and learn songs more that interest me. Not because I think that when you're the college mentality, that academic thing. When I got out of grad school, it feels like there's a lot of pressure to learn. You got to learn so many tunes, and it's got to be like these type of tunes. But for me, really, what I'm finding now is that there's certain tunes that I really want to play and that I would like to learn. Those are the ones that I'm going to focus on. It's not going to be so much based on I should know this and this and this and this, because really what I'm pushing for is to do more original tunes. So that's out for me, at least that. But I'm still learning tunes and playing over those type of progressions because I think that it's challenging, and it makes me a better player, and it opens up my mind to more melodic content and more harmonic content. The other thing that I work on is some sort of technique-based thing. So it's usually based out of either at the current moment working on intervallic type things, or not just intervallic, but intervals in general. And I tend to go back to some things that are pretty basic, but I think that it's good to go back to just because I want to incorporate it into my playing. So doing things where I'm working on, triads, diatonic triads in a scale, but also doing, different directions of that. So using like an ascending form and a descending, right? Or any combination of that. Or practicing things like sixths in my playing. Those type of things through scales, to me, it keeps me it keeps me grounded. That way I know if there's any sort of lack of the fretboard, I discover that pretty quick, and I try to work that out. So usually there's that type of a thing. Also, I work on voice leading with chords because I am doing more duo and solo gigs. So I try to go through and make sure that I can go through and play through a tune and find voicings that work, and I give myself exercises to do, which for the Technique Tuesday videos, I'm going to talk about a couple of those things next week and the week after in regards to voice leading. So I'm working on that, and as well as there's some things that come up from time to time that catch my ear. So working on like groupings of 5 in the span of a beat, or working on odd meters appeals to me. Those are things that interest me, and I think that and I don't know where some of you are. It'd be interesting to know. I don't know where some of you are as far as like if you're in school or if you're out of school, if you're doing this for a hobby or full time. I really work on the things that interest me because there's so much stuff that you can get caught up in, and I think that really what makes an individual is you find a few things that really appeal to you, and then you go for it, and that's what makes you the player that you are, and gives you your voice. So that, and also working on my compositions too. As far as so I hope that helps. If there's questions If you have any more questions about that, please make sure that you leave a comment, and I'll address more of the nitty gritty, I guess, of my routine.